Laps, swimming laps. This is my first time this year going swimming, and naturally there's an obstacle because, well, it's not that cold. Usually the water is heated because it's a heated pool, but they're having issues with the heater, so they were like, well, you don't have to pay because, if the water is cold and if you don't like it, then it's okay. And I was like, okay. But I learned, the pool that I learned to swim in Jamaica was a pool like this at my high school in Jamaica, a private school. And the water was always cold, so because there's no heated pool in Jamaica, right? And it was like in the mountains too, so of course it's gonna be cold up there. So no, I'm cool with it. It's not even that cold. I'm all right. Good cold water is good for my muscles. So I was on my bicycle ride here. I saw, that my ether took a real big dip to 10, and that was interesting because I know that if it goes to 7, I want to buy a lot of it. But I don't think it's gonna. I mean, basically, it's gonna be really hard for it to go below 10. But if it does go below 10, guaranteed it's gonna hit 7. And if that happens, I'm wanted. Right, like right now, it's Tuesday. There's a real sexy chick here to the pool, Today is Tuesday, and I won't be ready to buy a lot of it till like Saturday, So hopefully, not hopefully, but if it is gonna go to 7, that would happen Saturday, so I can buy me a lot of ether at 7. I mean, think about that. 7 to 200. What? You know how much profit that is? Because it's going to 200 at some point. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Laps. I'm holding about 200 ether right now. Usually that's what I'm holding. I'm holding about 200. This is okay. I have 100 in my wallet. I put it back in my wallet because I'm not gonna be able to sell it anytime soon. And I have 100 getting ready to be sold if it goes back up to a certain point. But I'm just really talking right now to lay out a foundation before I start swimming these laps, before I start flying with the water. You know what I mean? Yeah. Feels real good. Yes, finally in the pool once again. Haha. Yeah, man. The pool is closed for the winter holidays. I don't know when they reopened, but it's good. It's only $5 to get. This pool is attached to a community college here, and it's open for $5 to swim. But again, being me, I got it free. You know what I mean? That's the way it works. That's the way it works. You know what I mean? I pulled out my well, I had a card with me. I had my debit card to pay. It's like, it's okay, man. It's sweet, Sweet. That's like the sweetest part, is not having to pay. I mean, no, it's not the sweetest part. The sweetest part is when I swim all these laps. An hour from now, when I'm done, it's gonna be like I'm in a new world, man. I'm in a new reality. It's funny because a friend of mine who hadn't hit me up, a girl who hadn't hit me up for like a year, she really loves when I go to the pool, She really loves when I make the videos of me at the pool. She always says, wow, she has a pool. She has a swimming pool at her house. And it's like, I'm riding on the way to the pool and she hits me up, hey, what's up? Are you okay? How's Bitcoin? And I'm like, what? Look at here, my pool person. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, Bitcoin is amazing. Everything is great. And I didn't tell her I was going to the pool, but I guess I'll give her a link to this video. You know what I mean? What's up, D? Yeah, man, so let me go do this thing. You know what I mean? Sweet. mentioned earlier about where I learned to swim. And it's really interesting because I went to a private school in Jamaica in the mountains, which is like the closest school to where I come from. The best closest school to where I come from. It's a private school. And at the school, like the richest kids in the island used to go to that school. Even kids from like the United Kingdom. Because, you know, whatever, their parents worked in Jamaica. So like, I was surrounded by money all the time, man. You know, and I didn't have money like that. At least I had a nice lifestyle because I live in the mountains. But, you know, these kids would get picked up in Jaguars and fucking sports cars, and their parents had TV shows of, and you know, it's just like all this money. But that was cool. Now I look back and I was like, man, I was fortunate. I didn't see it like that back then because that was just my life. You know, that's just the way it was. But when I look back at it now, I was like, man, I was fortunate to have had that and learn to swim in a pool like this in the mountains of Jamaica. You know, it's like you wouldn't think that they would have a pool like this because they don't in the city parts, in the poorer parts of the island. But you know, if you live in the mountains, you gotta have money, so that's the way it is. I mean, it's either that you don't have any money, or you have a lot. That's pretty much how it is, you know, because it's like if you're in the middle, you end up in the city. So if you have nothing and you're just a simple farmer, you end up living in the mountains and you have a nice life where money is not what you value. Is you really value your time because you don't have to go work for anybody. You're just living as a farmer. And if you're not that, then you have a lot of money because either you have family overseas that's sending money, that's pretty much what it was for me. You know, mom was overseas sending money, so I could afford to go to these schools and whatnot. So anyways, I'm talking. It feels good. I just wanted to talk about that because I mentioned it about where I learned to swim. You know what I mean? Breaststroke, freestyle, butterfly, backstroke, everything. All the kids there, you know, they have pools at their house. I remember I went to a friend's house of mine. The motherfucker had a glass house. And that's where I started watching MTV. You know what I'm saying? MTV, I was watching MTV. First time I watched MTV, I was upstairs in a glass house. All the walls are glass, 2-story glass house, I'm saying. Crazy. Sweet. In the mountains of Jamaica, baby. You never know listen, man, there's an existence there that nobody realizes exists there. And it's like funny because if motherfuckers only knew. What?